Oh, here's the fin, y'all.
John? Oh, okay. That's what she likes.
No, it's fake.
So we can count 5 seconds from us. It says Paramount.
Again, everybody, hi there. My name is Keith. I'd like to welcome you to Universal Studios Florida, the largest attraction coming to Universal Studios Florida spring of this year. Back to the Future, the ride. Ooh, huh? Yeah, great. A little bit more recently, or a little bit before this actually, this soundstage was used by the company Quest Studios during production of a film titled Even Angels Fall. It starred Morgan Fairchild and Engelbert Humperdinck. You're a big Engelbert fan, aren't you? I could tell by the look on your face, yeah. What you're looking at, actually, when I say a soundstage, basically it's a big soundproofed warehouse. 16,500 square feet in size, with a few custom features that you won't find in most warehouses. For instance, you'll see the chains hanging from the ceiling. Where you'll find all of our sound stages, as well as all of our technical and support services companies, anything from lighting crews to caterers for the incoming film and television crews. We have 6 sound stages on the front lot. The one you were in is soundstage 23. Behind that is soundstage 24, which is currently the home for the new movie Problem Child 2, starring John Ritter. Now you're building the sets inside of soundstage 24, and the crew is filming on location in it. Soundstage 21, which you can see all the way across the boneyard to the right-hand side, is currently the home to the syndicated television series The Adventures of Superboy, starring Gerard Christopher as the Boy of Steel. Before that, it was the home to the movie Psycho 4, The Beginning, starring Anthony Perkins and Henry Thomas. You might have seen that on the Showtime cable network. The Hollywood Reporter, an industry trade publication in business for over 60 years at Hollywood. Now, the large black marble pieces that you see on the outside of that building, really it's not marble, it's hand-painted fiberglass. And the large stone blocks that make up the rest of the building, it's really styrofoam covered with a hard plastic coating to keep it weatherproof. Coming across in front of it there, a couple of our animated characters, Five the Mouse from An American Tail, and of course, Woody Woodpecker. You might have seen the actual hotel in the Touchstone film Pretty Woman, starring Richard Gere and Julia Roberts, or perhaps the Paramount hit Beverly Hills Cop, starring Eddie Murphy. Parked in front of the Beverly Wilshire there in the taxi zone is the Bluesmobile. The John Landis film, The Blues Brothers, starring John Belushi and Dan Aykroyd as Julia Jake and Elwood Blues. On the left of the train is Schramm's Pharmacy. This is from the 1950 film Sunset Boulevard, starring Gloria Swanson and William Holden. And Schramm's is not a facade, it's what we call a practical set, because it actually has a Louisiana Bayou swamp, taping to the USA Network television series Swamp Thing, starring Dick DeRock as the comic book character. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, if you would, please get a good grip on your purses. You can't lose any valuables you have with you on the transport, because we have just entered New York City. Ooh, cheap shot! Hey, come on! Sorry, New Yorkers.
Wine's short. Come on.
I'm going to be in your television sets. Hi, how are you guys doing today? Yeah, that's what I like to hear. I'm going to welcome you all to the Ghostbusters show. I'm Elizabeth. This $30 million Columbia Pictures the most successful comedy of all time. It was produced and directed by Ivan Reitman and starred Dan Aykroyd, Bill Murray, Harold Ramis, and Ernie Hudson. Ghostbusters was an action comedy based upon supernatural happenings in the heart of New York, introduced startling special effects. The script follows 4 intrepid entrepreneurs as they embark on the business of hunting and exterminating ghosts. Okay, I want to hear you loud and clear. Who are you going to call? Ghostbusters, you got it. Production designer John DeFleur was called upon to create this magnificent New York skyscraper rooftop, which served as a central battleground in the Ghostbusters struggle against the spirit world. Our Universal artists have faithfully reproduced the famous Columbia Picture set right here in Florida. The only thing missing, yaks, are the ghosts. Actually, I'm not so sorry to hear that, because it is impossible to recreate those spectacular optical ghost effects that you saw in the movie. We are going to instead show you some simplified mechanical effects which hope to bring the movie to life, like this one right here. Oh, scary, huh? On this rooftop, a dangerous battle was fought with the ancient demigod known as Gozer. That was weird. As I was saying, as the demigod came to life, the sky filled with clouds and ectoplasmic energy bathed the rooftop, and these powerful devil dogs came to life. Then those giant doors opened, releasing into our world the demigod Gozer. The Ghostbusters first became aware of the problem when they discovered massive amounts of psychokinetic energy in New York. Spengler explains the seriousness of this, holding up a Twinkie. Movie snack. He stated that if this Twinkie represented the normal amount of psychokinetic energy in New York, then the current level of the city's energy would be a Twinkie weighing 600 pounds. Talk about a sugar rush, that would be. Hey, where'd my Twinkie go? Huh? Excuse me, oh boy, I lost my Twinkie, see now I'm forgetting my lines here. Hey, you little! Did you see that green slimy thing that just flew by here? That's impossible. There's no such thing as ghosts. I tell ya, not my day. In the film, the Ghostbusters had no idea what form the Gozer would take upon its return to Earth. No, I never noticed these sound effects before. Okay, folks, I have no idea what's going on here. I gotta call my supervisor. I need you to just, if you could stay calm, and stay seated. I'll say, who dares disturb me? Who dares? Get out! me. This is a shame. Are you a god? I gotta run like this here. I said, are you a god? Well, no, I couldn't. You some creature! I don't say I'm here to destroy you. You go into my temple. I don't think so.
Nice shooting, Jack. But remember, never cross the street. Why? Because it would be bad, Penguin. It could destroy the girl and us. Now spread out. You got it, man. Scatter.
Look out!
Watch on this. That's not funny! Winston, look out! Whoa! I think that's the last of us. We did it! Alright!
Thank goodness you all arrived. I don't know how I'll ever repay you.
Well, why don't you and I talk about it? My house at 8:30.
Did you see that? We neutralized them into molecular non-entities.
It was easier than I thought it would be. Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray! Hip hip! Is someone's stomach growling?
No, I don't think that's it. Turn! Rosa Destroyer has returned! Step forward! I'll deal with this. Listen, you! These guys, they ain't afraid of you for wanting to get head out of here, huh? Misplaced. None can stand before Goza! That's not how it works!
I hate it when that happens. Hey, activate proton pumps, full screen. Raise me! That's it! This chick is toast! Isn't she?
Alright, don't fool you around this time. Right.
Full power! Wait, hold your fire! We don't want to demolecularize the girl!
You have seen your fate! Choose and choose and
What's it talking about? Choose and perish? It's saying, since we're about to be sacrificed in a manner which will, no doubt, rip our ligaments to shreds and leave no body parts behind, then we are to choose the form Gozer will take to finish us off. What if we don't choose anything? Good idea. Without a choice, Gozer can't complete the ceremony. Don't think of anything. Clear your minds. Clear. 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 Extremely clear. What's that?
You have made your choice! Prepare to eat your food!
Choice? Doom! What choice? Who chose? Who?
What did you think of it? I couldn't help it. It just popped into my head.
What, Ray? What?
Something I've
Hey, look! It's the girl!
You're right! Are you alright?
Ugh. Thanks, Doc, for saving my life.
This is good. Gosh, tell your boss the check can be made out of food.
Ghostbusters! There's something strange in the neighborhood. We got called Ghostbusters. There's something weird and don't look good. Everybody, we got called Ghostbusters.
Hey, I want to thank you all for joining us this afternoon. One morning. You see any ghosts out there? I want to know, who are you gonna call? Ghostbusters! You got it. Bye-bye. Have an excellent day.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us at the Ghostbusters Show. We hope you enjoyed it.
What can I say? We're on patrol.
You see things running through your head.
Hello, I'm Steven Spielberg, and I'd like to welcome you to the E.T. adventure. Now today, we're going to cast you as actors in some scenes inspired by my film E.T. And as your director, I'd like to tell you a little bit about our story and your role in it. So if we could roll the film, please. As our story begins, E.T.'s been marooned on planet Earth, lost and alone 3 million light years from home. But back on E.T.'s homeworld, the green planet, there's even bigger trouble. The whole place is ailing. So, E.T.'s teacher, Botanicus, sends a message from the green planet back to Earth. E.T., come home. We need your magic and healing touch to bring your friends back to health. Okay, now your role in the story is to hop on a dirt bike or one of E.T.'s spaceships and take E.T. home.
Steven.
Oh, hi, E.T. Yeah, I almost forgot, thanks. This is what we call a closed set, so you'll need this special pass to enter. After you exit the doors to your right, please give your first name to one of the stagehands, and he'll give you a pass.
Ready.
I know, it's about time for you to be on the set. But any final direction for your co-stars, E.T.?
Be good, actors.
Check it out.
Where are you? Our planet is dying. Your frantically moved life force is fading.
E.T. They're getting away.
They're coming at us. One stream. Look at them. This way.
Diddley. Ouch. Welcome home. You returned to us.
Welcome home. You
Hello. How you doing? Welcome back. You had a good time?
Yeah. Interesting.
Yo, watch you that.
Skip, bro.
Some unauthorized people entering the base. Wait, they got E.T.
They're coming at us! One stream! Look at them! This way!
go home. Tickly. Ouch. Welcome home. You return to us for God.
Welcome home. You
Sing.
We sing to you, you brought us to life.
When we go next door, when these doors open up, we're all going to go all the way down to the Earthquake soundstage area. So my wheelchair guys are going to go down first. You're going to be in the very end of the row in the blue section. That's when the doors open up. Everyone else is going to go all the way down, filling in each seat. You got
everyone scream real loud until he hits the bottom, okay? Ready, action! And cut. Nice sound effects job. And there you see a matte painting in use. Mr. Heston, what's next?
I suppose you're ready to handle the composite shot, too.
You got it. All right, actors. Okay, come on out here. Step on up, please. Okay, and you step right there. Now, you guys are in the middle of an And cut! That was perfect! That was perfect! A big round of applause for her! You guys are great, see?
Now arriving at the Embarcadero. Part here from Ghirardelli Square, Fisherman's Wharf, Dairy Building, and the Financial District. Embarcadero, next stop.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated. We will be returning you to the Overland station.
now the fire thing. There we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain in your seats. Experiencing a slight earthquake. Nothing to be concerned about. To ensure that all passengers are allowed to leave the train safely, we ask that you remain in your seats just during the transport. Thank you for your cooperation.
There we go.
Set it up.
Look.
Outstanding! Give yourselves a big round of applause. And please remain seated. The train will be returning to Oakland West. Enjoy the rest of your day here at Universal Studios riding the movies. Take care, folks. Bye!
How about that yourself?
Where did that train come from?
Hey, look, check the flag.
So when that film hits your theaters later in 91, go and see it. Nudge the person sitting next to you and tell them, hey, I was there. They'll be real impressed.
Maintenance guy fixing her up.
Do not
Crew seems to be okay, but they're pretty scraped up.
We've made it. We're past them now. We should be safe. Just remain seated, and we'll be at the station soon.
Tucker 2 to Delta Base. Do you copy? Conquest last seen heading towards the Roosevelt Island tram station. I repeat, Roosevelt Island.
He's cut us off! Everyone, no matter what happens, keep your hands and arms inside the tram!
Delta Base, COG is going to intercept the tram. Request instruction. Request Delta Base, request permission to fire.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Yeah!
Thank you. My name is Denise, and on behalf of Kodak and Universal Studios,
flash photography during the performance. No flash photography, please. Thank you.
I can't. You checked with the bank, no? They never laid eyes on her, no? You still trust him? Hot creeper, she sat there while I dumped it out. Hardly even looked at it. Planning and even flirting with me.
Gee, sorry I didn't hear you in all this rain. You look cold and hungry. About to come in for a bite to eat?
No, I tell you! They'll not be feeding their ugly appetites with my food or my son!
Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho. The story of a young man and his mother. One of them being not quite, well, you know. Hi, I'm Anthony Perkins. As you may recall, I played the role of Norman Bates in what became the most famous of all of Hitchcock's films. Hitch was a master storyteller. He loved to make movies that would keep an audience in his total control. He would lead them down a path of expectations, only to suddenly send them off in an entirely new direction. This was known as the plot twist, and Psycho was its premier example. Now combine this with the photography, the editing, the soundtrack, and all the other technical elements. The final result was just as Hitchcock planned, to hear the audience scream. Now, for example, if Mr. Hitchcock had Janet come across this lonely place in broad daylight, it would have been one thing. But of course, he made it night. And naturally, the night was rather foggy and windy. And of course, there was that rain. And let's add a little light. The perfect, dark, foreboding night. And so, with this mood set, Janet arrives. Janet decides to get some of that road dirt off and take a shower. That was Janet's big mistake. You see, Psycho grew out of Hitchcock's TV series, which featured the twist ending. In Psycho, the twist was that Norman and his mother were actually the same person. But why tell you about it when we can show you? I believe our director and cameraman are ready. So, ladies and gentlemen, here it comes. The shower scene.
Well, good evening. My name is Dean. I'm going to be your director. Thank you. Yeah. Way over there is Art Man over there is running our live on-stage camera. This is Skip. He's going to be our grip here. Now, it's going to be our job to recreate how Mr. Hitchcock turned the shower scene here into a classic work of art studied by film students all around the world. All right, Skip, you want to get the walls from?
You got a big guy.
Thank you. Now, wild walls are walls that move. You see Hitchcock often in shot scenes where parts of the set would have to move to allow that camera to track to it. Now then, we can't have a crime scene without a victim. See, in the film Psycho, Hitchcock used a double for Janet Leigh. Many of the shots, a professional model, so that they were pleased to have with us a model. Actress! Sorry, an actress. That's prude. Here.
Of course.
Can you get the scene right this time?
Good luck. What's to get right? All I do is take an ice-cold shower with hundreds of people watching, thinking Janet Leigh looked better. Am I right? Yeah, well, fine.
Now listen, come on. Yeah, all right, fine. Die you shall. Actresses. Speaking of actresses, well, actually, it'd probably better to say actors. Our scene wouldn't be complete without its real star. That's Mother. So, straight from our very own audience, I'm pleased to present our guest star, Mother. Now, tell all these folks your name and tell them where you're from.
My name's John. I'm from Pittsburgh.
John. Pittsburgh, huh? That explains the dressing a bit. You ready in the shower? Yeah. That's good. John, follow me, sir. Listen, when I see action, I want you to take this razor-sharp knife here, okay? There you go. Pop the door open. Walk inside, find marks on the floor, pull the shower curtain back. That's so hard here on the camera. Then you stab away, okay? Good. Don't worry about her, because she's expendable. That's like... Now, look, that was a joke.
Oh, is that what that was? Well, it wasn't funny, in fact.
Listen, I'm going to tell you something.
Zap. Right in the face. I feel like such an idiot.
2 times in a row. What a bummer. Oh, bad. I can't believe you did that.
Turn the water on. Yeah, thanks. You got it for me.
Oh, it's cold.
That's a shame, isn't it? Right here for me. Give me a POV of your mom's photo, would you?
Yeah, you got it, boss. POV, folks, that means point of view.
You don't care.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We're rolling.
Okay, action, John. Watch out for your dresser. Walk inside. Pull the wall walls back. Okay, John, find marks on the floor, sir. Pull the shower curtain back, and go ahead. Stay out of here.
Hold it. Cut. Excuse me a minute. Maybe I can explain what went wrong here. You see, Psycho was based on a real murder case. Years later, they made a much more graphic film based on the same case. It was called the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. But Hitchcock felt the violence of the crime was just too horrible. So his first artistic decision was to shoot it in black and white to lessen the gore of the shower scene. Next, he had to decide what to do with the knife. Even in black and white, hacking someone up with one of these is not a pretty picture. So he decided to use the camera instead of the knife. He shot this 3-minute sequence with 78 separate camera angles. Then Hitch edited the shots in rapid sequence so that he was able to create the violence of a vicious attack without the knife ever once piercing the skin. By the way, there's one thing I would like to clear up. I didn't do it. Honest, I was in New York rehearsing a play. They used a stand-in to play Mom in the shower scene. In fact, they had to blacken her face so the camera didn't pick up her features. But anyway, let's show you a taste of what great filmmaking is all about.
Alrighty, very good, Mr. Perkins. Okay, let's go try the scene just one more time. This time, let's do it Hitchcock. Alright, John, so blackening your face, sir. We're going to silhouette you with this veil here, okay? Just like that. All right, find the camera, just Linda, please. And rotate the set for me. I want to see it from Jan's point of view, okay? All right, take those wall-walls for me. All right. Now, what we are going to show you are 9 shots from the shower scene. Once again, from your 3 overhead screens here. Now, some of the shots are coming from our cameras right here, while others are coming from our handheld unit operated by Art. Now, 3 of the shots up there have previously been recorded, so I'll see if folks go ahead and figure out which ones they are. Okay, look, camera. Camera.
We're rolling. Excuse me.
Playback. Action. Shot 1. Shot 2. Shot 3. Okay, give me shot 4. Come on, get ready. Shot 5. You're good, man. Shot 6. Shot 7. Shot 8. And freeze, Mom, freeze. Shot 9. And cut. Oh, that's beautiful. Give him a hand, folks. He did a good job. All right. Beautiful. John, that's wonderful. Trish, absolutely beautiful. Oh, do me a favor. Would you go check in and see if you guys are right? Yeah, no problem. Yeah, thanks.
Well, don't worry, Mom. It took Sir Alfred 7 full days with a 40-person crew to shoot this one scene. And there's no way we could reveal all the master's secrets in the time we have. Maybe the best thing we could do is just play Hitchcock's scene exactly as he shot it. Ready? Here it is, in its entirety. Alfred Hitchcock's most powerful scene. The scene that drove thousands to sponge baths.
Well, thank you, Mr. Hitchcock, and thank you.
No, boy, you're the problem. I told you not to tell our secrets.
Oh, that's crazy. Come on. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, how about the Giants? Huh? Yeah. Whoa. Oh, you know, good thing it's a rubber knife. Oh, that's not rubber. I'm out of here. Okay, come on. Unlock the door. Unlock the door. I'll be safe in here.
There you have it, the twist ending. And thank you so much for being with us today to discover the genius of Alfred Hitchcock. Beyond those doors lie more of Alfred Hitchcock's secrets and some special effects that you can photograph yourselves. But remember, watch out for the twist.
Well, on behalf of Kodak and Universal, we'd like to thank John here and all of you for taking part in our psychodrama. Thanks. Hey, have a good day.
Ladies, no extra body was in sight, so the director filled the space. It was his first cameo, and the picture was Hitchcock's first hit. The cameo appearance then became a superstition with him. He put one in virtually every film he made. And then the cameos grew from being a superstition to becoming a delicious private joke between the director and the audience. They wondered how Hitch would do it every time. when he announced he was making Lifeboat, with all the action taking place on a small boat in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. Everybody wondered how Hitch could possibly make his cameo appearance there.
Listen here about some people that were adrift on a lifeboat for 80 days.
In 1955, the popularity of the cameos gave Universal Chief Executive Lew Wasserman an idea. We ought to put Hitch on television, he thought. And so they did. Enter Alfred Hitchcock Presents, the half-hour mystery show that America would never forget. The stories always end with a twist, or as Hitchcock liked to say, it has to end with a snapper, like The Glass Eye, where a woman falls in love with a handsome ventriloquist and is surprised to discover what is real and what is not.
You are Max Cologne.
Or Specialty of the House, where Robert Morley plays a character by the name of Mr. Laffer. Insistent that he be served the specialty of the house at a secret and very exclusive evening club, he soon discovers that he himself is about to become the specialty of the house. Hitchcock's favorite show was Lamb to the Slaughter.
And husband the same way. Unfortunately, he was the forgetful type and had forgotten to plug in the freezer. The meat was as soft as jelly.
Actors loved working on the show because of the excellent scripts, and many of those players went on to some pretty impressive careers.
You rotten steam.
Robert Redford, William Shatner, Charlie Bronson, Joanne Woodward, Robert Duvall.
How did you sleep?
I'll take a look. There should be something interesting in all those windows. Everyday life is its Of course, you might see something a little bit unusual, like maybe
Bruno offers to kill guys unfaithful. What?
Something suspicious. See if you can spot it.
Kill Bruno so he didn't go to their farm. Psychopath Bruno doesn't what he needs. Now, this person murdered the father.
But I must talk to you about your son.
All right, time's up. Did you spot the murder? No. Because if you didn't,
yes, when he does it, Bruno frames guy and tries to murder him on the merry-go-round. Now, how does Hitchcock manage to turn the merry-go-round itself into a murder weapon? As Hitch often did, he brings in the police.
got to have something to hide. You're a bummo!
Trying to hide.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for joining us here in the Lagoon. What we're about to show you is how we set up and film some of the spectacular stunts that you see in the movies and on television. Now, what you're about to see is actually 3 scenes which would normally be filmed individually. However, tonight we're going to run them non-stop to give you a better idea of how this would actually look on the screen. Now, we'll start with what we call a dry run. Briefly, a dry run means running all 3 scenes without firing off any of the special effects, and none of the weapons will be fired off, but you'll see the boats basically run through the entire scenario. Now, immediately following, just as soon as the water calms down, we'll add all the elements and give you a show you'll never forget. Now, in this scenario, you need to look for a couple of these elements. First, there's the bad guy who's driving the custom-made 17-foot Wellcraft Scarab. Now, this boat was specially designed and built for the stunt that you are about to see. The other elements are the 21-foot Wellcraft Scarab police boats. Now, these boats are Wellcraft's stock 21-foot Scarabs with just some special safety equipment added on. Now, here's the story. The DEA is about to break up the largest drug ring in the southeast. As the scene opens, our drug runners have made it as far as the boathouse at the south end of the lagoon, there under the Texaco side. The bag man is about to pass over the product to his accomplice in the black Scarab. Now, the bag man's on another element at this time, but you'll see him there at the beginning of the show. Now, as he passes the product, the DEA spots him and they tell him to freeze, as they're doing right now. At this time, the Scarab driver pulls away and a gunfight ensues. Now, as the black Scarab heads north, the bag man, who's still on the boathouse, begins firing at the DEA. The agents return fire here, and you'll see the first set of special effects go off on the boathouse. At this time, the DEA begins their chasing. Escape, forcing him to take a 180-degree turn and head back down the lagoon. Now he has 2 DEA agents in close pursuit. At about this point, the agents fire heavily on the black boat. You'll see an explosion in the engine on the black boat. And he'll go into the boathouse as if out of control, and you'll see an enormous explosion. Now that's the end of scene 1. That brings us to scene 2. As you know, narcotics are transported in many different ways. In fast boats, airplanes, and even hit aboard freighters like the one you see anchored out here in the center of our set. In this next scene are drug runners. Well, one of them is on board the trawler, and they have just dropped off the last of their contraband, and one of the men on board the ship has spotted the DEA. And the pilot house on the trawler begins to fire on the agents. At this time, Scarab 3, as he's already done, splits with their backup boat and makes an assault on the trawler, while Scarab 1 stays down in the end and continues to look for survivors of the boathouse explosion. As the Scarab makes its first pass, they return fire on the pilot house, and here at this time, as they do their gunfight, you'll see an exchange of gunfire, and the special effects will go off around the pilot house. As they circle back around, as he's doing now, out from the side of the boathouse comes the white boat, or the fish as we call it. Now this will be manned. This boat will be manned with 2 drug runners who are making their way back from their last drop. Once again, there's another man involved who's on another element at this time. They cross paths with Scarab 3, firing at the agents as they make a very close high-speed pass, which they will do much tighter in a minute. And they'll make their way to the trawler, and that's the end of scene 2. Now scene 3. At this point, the trawler is manned with 2 gunners, and the fish heads back to try to distract the agents while his partners get the trawler underway. What the fish driver will do is what we call threading the needle, as he's just done. In other words, driving the boat in between the 2 Scarabs at high speed while setting off an explosion. Now the DEA have their drug runners pinned down. They know they can't outrun them, so they make a few passes, forcing them men on board to take cover by firing on. As the Scarabs make their final pass, they make another crossover turn as they've just done here. They make one more crossover turn. Now as they make their final pass, He'll fire a small rocket into the stern of the trawler, which sets off an enormous explosion. And about this time, it's an explosion you'll never forget. And that's the end of the entire scenario. And at this point, you're hearing a cut.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, we're going to let the water calm down and make all safety checks of all equipment and special effects. Right now, our technical director is in radio contact with all the technicians that arm the major elements in the show, such as the boathouse and the trawler. Also, the stuntmen out there are making their own safety checks in their boats with any piece of equipment that they may use in this scenario. Meanwhile, I need to inform you of some safety precautions that you need to make. Now, first of all, if you or your children are sitting on the rocks in the lagoon area, you must evacuate this area now due to the special effects that you're about to see. Also, if you're on the water side of any railing or fence surrounding the lagoon, you must get on the other side. The effects that you are about to see could cause you to lose your balance during the show and may up under the water, and we don't want that to happen. So please, ladies and gentlemen, heed these warnings, and we appreciate your cooperation concerning these. Now also, we have what we call splash areas. And the first one is at the south end of the lagoon, by the Murder, She Wrote Mystery Theater building. At the center lamppost along the wall is a splash area. Also towards the center of the lagoon, where the wrought iron railing is located close to the water. Could you folks raise your hands? Yeah, some of you are doing so now. Now this is a very serious splash area, and you'll probably get wet. Okay, probably more of a chance here than any place else you will get wet. The other splash area is along the wall over by the International Foods Bazaar, by this red railing. Folks, if you'll raise your hands over there. Yes, right in that area. Now, this is a possible splash area. So all of you in these areas may want to consider your photo equipment, young children, or even yourselves. If you want to move, you have about 4 minutes to do so. At this time, we should be completed with most of our safety checks. We're going to turn it over to our technical director. How's it going?
Okay, Mr. Janot, we're just a couple of minutes away. Got a few safety checks to run through. All units, you may lock and load your weapon. Lock and load. Fish driver, check 1, radio check. There's a fish, you're 10-2. 10-4, all units, let's get weapons checks, please. Start 2. Bagman. Bad guy.
Bad guy.
Terrorist. Boathouse, tag 1, status please. So good, Jim, ready to do it. 10-4, thank you. Trawler, tag 1, status. Ready to get you, Jim. 10-4, thank you, JD. Mr. Chanel, we've got a few more things. We're going to let the water calm down, and I'll get back to you.
All right, thank you, Jim. Ladies and gentlemen, during these remaining 2 minutes, I just want you to know a little bit about these stuntmen and the equipment they use. Now, these men are professional stuntmen and have worked in many of the television series filmed here at Universal Studios, such as Superforce, Superboy, Swamp Thing. Also, they have credits in some of the major motion pictures that have been filmed here in the state of Florida. Now, the difference between their work in front of the camera and here in the lagoon is here we have an audience, and that's where you come in. Now, first I want to point out the bad guys. In the modified Wellcraft Black Scarab jet boat with a white helmet down by the Texaco sign, he's a black guy. Now, the guy standing next to him, the bagman, he's also a bad guy. Also, there are two bad guys hiding in the seaplane, or in the white fish over by the boathouse. Now, whenever we see them out there, we want you to boo them. So right now, let's rehearse that boo. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, come on, that's not big enough. Let's try it again. 1, 2, 3. That's more like it. Now for the good guys. I'm down here in the center of the lagoon, and the 21-foot Woolcraft police scarab is turning his lights on right now. Now he's one of our good guys. And back on the other side, behind the bridge, by the Back to the Future, we have two other good guys. So let's hear it for these good guys. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, yay! Woo! Come on, once again. There's thousands of you out here. Once more. 1, 2, 3. That's great. All right, I'm going to check it over with Jim, our technical director, and see how we're doing. Jim?
Yeah, 4, thank you. Bad guy, check 1, radio check. This is bad guy, you can't see Jim. Okay, Paul, how's the water look? Water looks great. Okay, into it. 10-4, all units, we are 30 seconds and rolling. This is live fire, live pyro, and full speed. Good luck, everybody. David?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, our stuntman has approved the water conditions, and we're ready to roll. Now, if we had cameras out here, this would be a multiple camera shot. And the AD, or the assistant director, would call all camera operators to cameras roll. They would come back with speed, letting us know that the film is running proper. And then the director would say, action.
Freeze, dirtbag. Yeah. Drop your weapons and hold your position.
Universal Studios Florida stunt team. Let's hear it for the man in the fish here in the center of the lagoon. Also the bad guy up there on the trawler. Good job, gentlemen. And our principals, our DEA agents. Come on, let's hear it for our Universal Studios Florida stunt team. Told you you'd get wet. Yeah, good job, gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you very much for being out here on the lagoon with us. We appreciate you coming, and we hope to see you back here at Universal Studios again real soon. Thank you and good night.
Take a shot of me and the real thing? Yeah, alright.
No comment.
Hotel Beverly. Whoa. We hit the Hard Rock Cafe for me. And Mel's driving for Dad.
Junto a la terraza atrás, junto al baño. Pero le tapas la cara.
Where'd all the people go?